give it. You're a five-star. You've been a five-star, which is much positive. Listen, man, University of Miami fans want to know one thing. Does University of Miami have a chance to get James Williams?
Definitely do have a chance.
Welcome to South Florida. Yeah. Welcome to South Florida. Welcome to South Florida. Welcome to South Florida.
When you on the field, is it pregame? Like, is it ever? Are you ever afraid? Do you ever feel fear, or do you ever feel pressure?
Nervous.
You ever feel pressure?
Not one bit.
None of that.
No.
Who's been your tough defender? Like, who's guarded you the tough?
Yeah, who's the toughest person you ever played?
I don't see nobody.
I knew this. Nobody. He was gonna give it the damn hood.
That's what I'm for. I'm a playmaker. I love receiving. I love to catch the ball. I love to go over people's head.
Yeah.
So I just got to do what I do.
University of Miami, they land you, and then they land the number one. We call him football player, number one player in the nation, James Williams.
Yeah.
Both playing the same position, right? How do you envision that working? Are they telling you how that's gonna work, or?
Well, I feel like me and James two different safeties. And I'm more of the ball hogging safety. He's more of the rangy playing, like you couldn't say like in the box, like a striker position, strong safety.
Right.
And I'm more of the free safety. So I already know in practice that's gonna just build great competition. And when the game comes, it's gonna be easy.
That's what's
So
up.
I know we go hand in hand because it's like we're the same person.
Right.
So he has like his strengths and weaknesses, and I have my strengths and weaknesses. And we're gonna he can feed off of me, learn how to, I guess, be more of the free safety, and I can learn off of him, be more of like a closer to the box safety.
Right.
So I feel like we just gonna make each other better.
Yeah, James played free safety. He wanted to play free safety, and he was big on that. But James don't never be back at free safety. James be closer to the line than linebacker sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But that's
just him helping his team win.
That's his chess. Yeah, that's him playing chess with the team. I told him to get. I covered James since he was that big, bro. I've known him all his life.
I just feel like every time it's just man on man. If he wins the battle, then that goes to play. He doesn't break on the run, or if this person like doesn't take that step, or certain things. I feel like you beat your man every play, and you got the best chance to stop any team, or vice versa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5-star. Lean loyalty. 6'12", 276 pounds.
Yeah. After that, I just started going crazy. Tackles after tackle.
Yeah, the first play was like a tackle for loss, for like 6.
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't touch you, like.
Explain
to me though, like what is that about? Like, how do they not? You 6'5", 300 pounds. Is it something? Is it a swim move or something you do? Like they don't see you? You're teleporting. What's going on?
I'm too fast for a long.
They don't realize you that fast when the game starts. Like
I'm gonna be the best player on the field. Like I just gotta show the world. Like I'm the true 50. I'm the next 56 up. The next. I'm gonna just go crazy this year. Like show people like wow at 56. Like show them like I want to take care of my mom. I want to put in a big house, stupid cars, big pool in the backyard. Put on for my brothers, my nieces and nephews, like coaches. I think all of them boys for like having me here at this like position that I'm in now, cause like it took hard work and dedication. Without all of them to guide me in the right path, I wouldn't be here today. So I think all of them for like helping me out. Like, yeah.
It's gonna take 3 motherfucking days, and that's what this nigga wants shit.
Big time players step up in big game. All the criticizing, all that, it's over, baby. Big time players step up in big game.
What's going on, man? We got 23 in here, man. We got to run the intro again. Heck going on, man? What's good, man? I'm D. About to talk about everything from Bitcoin to ball. I have a few guests on here with me today, man. They were Tuesday. Let's see. First thing first, man. 786-405-9499. You want to get down with ILD Squad. 786-405-9499. If you want to get down with ILD Squad. If you don't know what ILD Squad is, that's where we invest every day. Talk about stocks. Actually got a class tonight. Well, not a class. We get together. We talk. 8:30 tonight, man. We're going to get on there. And we do the ILD Squad question and answer. You got any questions you want to ask? You can shoot them. We used to do it more often. We're going to get back to that, man. So that's 8 o'clock tonight on ILD Squad. Today, man, we're going to talk about Canes tour expected to start. But we're going to get into some Jalen Hurts and Geno Smith. Jalen Hurts and Geno Smith, I think was at the top of the NFL quarterback list. Geno Smith actually from Miami, went to Miramar High School. Jalen Hurts isn't from Miami. Jalen Hurts was at Alabama, and we all know that story and how that went down. We're going to get into some of that, man. Just get in here and do what we do in the Morning Breath Show, man. So 786-405-9499. Get some stuff out of the way. If you want to become a member, you hit the member section. Hit join right next to the subscribe button down there. Should be next to your subscribe button. If you're watching on your phone, Apple be trying to like hide it. So you know what I'm saying? You may just have to hit the subscribe logo and go to the main page and just hit join. I think it's $4.99 and $6.99, 2 different levels. Lots of good stuff in there. Lots of information in there that you haven't seen. I'm sure you haven't seen because I ain't seen it nowhere else. Lots of good stuff in there. Let me get a couple people in here. We'll bring Rich in here for me, man. Rich, what's good, bro?
Yo, what's going on, man?
Chilling. Oh, I see you down here. You're down here in my headphones, man. We'll get you up here.
Gotta plug in.
Bro?
I'm chilling.
Oh, man. I put a couple people in here, bro. I saw y'all in there talk about Kanye, man.
Yeah, man, you know, it's a culture thing, you know, it's relevant to, you know, what's going on right now, and you know, we're just gonna see where that goes. So it's just interesting. Kanye always provokes thought, and you know, we'll just see where that goes. Out of respect for your platform, you know, we could keep it vanilla.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I think Kanye just stump around trying to ruffle up the algorithm, and I don't know at what cost. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure at what cost he does it, but that's how I kind of see it. Because once the fire get burning, you can't really stop the algorithm unless it's some algorithm police out there.
That's the thing. He knows it. The guy's been in the business for almost 20 years now, so that's the name of the game. Once 50 Cent once said it. He said, "Good publicity and bad publicity is all good." You know, because they know how the algorithm work. They know how it works.
Mm-hmm.
It's how people butter their bread.
That's how they butter the bread. So now we're gonna get in here, bro. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk a little bit about Jalen Hurts, Geno Smith, and what Geno Smith is doing out there in Seattle, which I felt that he was put out there to lose. Eventually, they gonna tank. I think eventually they're gonna tank. You know what I'm saying? They put him out there. I know his dad. I talked to his dad. I talked to him before the season started, and I was like, okay, man, I know how these things work. They done named Geno Smith the starter. What's wrong with the team? He was like, he got 2 rookie left tackles. Okay, that's a start. You know what I'm saying? That's a start. But Geno went out there, man, brave as can be, and is top 10. And he was actually at the top at one point in time, in yards, at least in yards and quarterback passing. And they're pretty successful,
Right.
man. Yeah, they're doing it.
So
They're doing their
let
thing.
me ask you this question: why can't Geno Smith be Nick Foles?
Okay, go elaborate on that. What you mean?
Nick Foles won the Super Bowl, right?
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
mean, hey,
with Philly, right?
yeah, with Philly. What I'm saying is like Nick
He
Foles.
could be.
Yeah, like Nick Foles was in that system. Remember, he was there. So that's the leg up that some of these backups have that have been with a team for a while.
Uh
Or
huh.
like the reason why Teddy Bridgewater is so coveted around the league because Teddy knows the game of football. It's not you get what I'm saying.
Right.
So when you got a guy like that who just understands the offense, you know, uh, he's gonna be able to do his thing. He's gonna be able to lead that team because he knows it like the back of his hand. So um, he's taking the league by storm with how well he's playing. But it's not
Mm-hmm.
surprising because the pedigree of success is there. He's super confident. He has nobody looking over his shoulder. He left no doubt during preseason that he's the guy to go with. And
Right.
so now I think he's really going to take advantage of this season and do his thing.
And it's really odd as Russell Wilson struggles. It's really odd as Russell Wilson struggles over there. He's flourishing. Um,
Hmm.
well, Russell Wilson just left. Really, really, really odd situation. Um, and Jalen Hurts, who went through all that turmoil last year with what was last year, or the year before that,
I think it was a year before that.
when the coach was saying he didn't want to start him or something like that, and now Jalen Hurts is top five, I think, maybe.
Either dude. The thing with Jalen is Jalen got a praying daddy.
You say you got a praying daddy.
Jalen, he got a LeVar Ball for a dad, and when you have that, when you got a dad who's always going to speak life into you, you know what I'm saying. You even seen it with the whole Alabama situation.
Uh
You
huh.
know, you ain't got no choice but to be great. So while everybody was talking all that stuff, Jalen Hurts went in the lab and him and his dad, and they said God did, and the rest is history. So
What do you know
I
about his? What
mean,
do you know about his dad? What do you know about his dad?
I don't know. I know that he coached Jalen in high
Uh
school,
huh. Uh huh.
and so from that perspective, he knows the game of football, and it's one of those things where a lot of people they look at prototypical stuff, right? You got
Mm-hmm.
to be 6'2", 6'3". You gotta know all the footwork, techniques and everything else and all that. And sometimes you just got to focus on the player's strengths that you have and then accentuate those strengths. And Jalen knows that he has something unique that other players don't. For instance, I think it was a 4th and 1 play, and Jalen gets on the center, and he basically walks them boys down to the first down. Why?
Uh
Because
huh.
Jalen Hurts squats 600 pounds. You ain't seeing no other quarterback do that.
Right.
So he understands what his strengths are, and then I feel like Philly in general has a lot of weapons around them. Like even the way they use their backs, they can use 2 or 3 backs in a game, and all of them eat. They can use like they got AJ Brown at receiver, but the dude Devontae, I don't want to get his name wrong. Homie who won the Heisman, he
Devontae
getting
Smith.
yeah, Devontae Smith, he's getting burned too. He's relevant too on the team. So they doing a great job of spreading around the ball and getting
Right.
every single person that's a playmaker in the game. So that's yeah, they know what they're doing.
What's going on, Cal? Cal been having a lot of free time lately, man. That's what's up, bro. So I think Jalen Hurts is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's number 8 in passing. Then you got Josh Allen is first, and Ken Dorsey is Josh Allen. Dog, Ken Dorsey is about to be a head coach somewhere, dog.
Yes, he is. Yes, sir.
And Miami, how did Miami miss him as an OC, dog?
Hey, it's one of those things where sometimes you got to leave your city in order to become great.
And I know people that recommended his name. I know people that actually like recommended his name. That actually, you know what I'm saying? He was like, Miami didn't even touch him.
Yep. Like I said, I mean, Mario had to do the same thing. So it's not, I mean, it's the way the culture was. I feel like the culture has changed, and it's changed because we see what's going on with the SEC and other programs that are really dominant and are real programs in college football.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at a Clemson and how many guys they just recruit from within, I mean promote from within, my bad. So Miami is, I feel like, with all the star-studded coaches they have, are trying to build the same culture now. I believe if Ken Dorsey came into the program now, or
Mm-hmm.
any young guy that's looking to get into college football who played for the King. I mean, we talk about Lamar Thomas all the time and
Right.
guys like that. I feel like, now's the time to change the culture of Miami, where you bring some of those guys back and you let them get experience. Just like CJ Spiller is a running back coach over at Clemson right now. You took a guy who never coached,
Right.
and their running core seems to be doing pretty good to me.
Right. And you just
So
bring him through. You just bring him up through the ringer, right?
yeah, just bring them up, let them
Through
get
the ranks.
experience, and
Right.
yeah.
Well, I spoke. KB, you in here, bro? I spoke. I
Yeah,
spoke to
I'm good.
somebody. Okay, I spoke to somebody that coached Jalen in Alabama, and
Mhm.
it was like, could you see Jalen being successful in the NFL? And they said no. Like basically what he had at the time, they were like no. They couldn't see it. So
Mm.
whatever changed in between him leaving Alabama and him going to Oklahoma, which we know Oklahoma he lit it up, right? Which probably was system. Um, that got him into the NFL, and I guess he just, I guess he just, you know what I'm saying, adjusted to the NFL.
Right.
But I was surprised to hear them say no. Like no, we didn't feel. You know what I'm saying? Not the guy that was in Alabama. We didn't think he was going to be that dude.
I think there's a level of scrappiness that you got to have when you're in the NFL as opposed to when you're in college football. Because if, like, you're Alabama, for instance, if you're Alabama, most of the time when you line up against somebody else, your guys are the best guys in the business. Like, your
Right.
receivers are the best in the business. So the separation that you're going to have, you know what I'm saying? Like, the corner is going to be 5 yards away from your receiver. You could easily throw the ball in the bucket, just like you at practice, right?
Right.
I believe the NFL though is different because that space that you have, that separation is not that. The definition of separation is even different. So you gotta bring your A game. You gotta be scrappy, and you gotta be confident, and you have to trust your guys right off the bat. I think that stuff, those are intangibles that Hertz just has. And, you know, just like Geno being in that system for a while, he knows what his guys could do, you know? And
Right.
that's a big part of being successful in the NFL, because you can't build trust. You got to automatically come into the situation having trust and faith.
What you say? You can't build it.
You can't build it. You have to come into the building knowing that everybody that's on that roster are professionals and that they can catch the ball. So, because you see a lot of NFL passes are throwing guys open, right? So
Right.
you can't hold on to the ball, you can't hitch, you just got to go. And whatever happens, happens.
I don't know, man. I mean, for when it go back to Geno Smith, for me to be Streeter, they always saying what we can't do until we prove them. Let me see, Ronald say, Streeter, they always saying what we can't do until we prove them wrong, and then it feels great. And then it's like a merry-go-round, it's like a circle. You just get right back in line, and then they tell you can't do it again. And then in 2022, we still talk about, thank God we got the first black referee. Stop. Yeah. Just stop it. Just stop it, okay? What you about to say? Go ahead.
Very true. No, I was about to say, just like on the other side of the fence, when you get a hot OC, now it's a trend. You know, they're, oh man, we got to find another one and another one and another one. But when you get a hot Jalen Hurts, Lamar, Mahomes, you're like, oh, that's an anomaly. you say the next guy can't do it. It's interesting, but it is what it is.
An anomaly, dog. You can spell anomaly.
Let's see. Malley. There we go.
That boy said anomaly, a $20 word. That's why you're on the show, dog.
SAT prep.
That's why you're on the show. I'm gonna give a shout out to Z3. Z3, right? Z3 was the one who put together the stats, right? Yesterday. I want to give a shout out to Z. What Z3C is his name? What his name is on here? The football villain section, man. That was cool what he put. That was cool what he put together. I don't know if he had to individually do that himself. KC3, man, football villain, man, put that together, man. We did a whole show on what he put together, the stats when he compared 2022 to 2021. That's what's up. KB, what's going on, bro? I get something out of KB, man, before the edibles kick in, bro. KB, man, come on, man.
All right, give me about 5 minutes. I don't want to mess up the show. I'm making too much noise right now.
All right, well, you just chime in when you're ready, bro. I want you to give us an update on Gaddis, though. Because we don't play, 6 games?
Yeah, we're halfway through the season.
Right. And we've seen changes, and Gaddis, swear to God, he ain't changed nothing. He says the same offense. Gaddis like, nah, it's the same offense. We running in Texas A&M. Just TVD is more confident.
I believe him. I believe him.
You believe him?
Yeah.
Talk to me.
I think it's a fire's been lit. It's like when you in school, you got your child, your 8 or 9 year old, and they not doing what they supposed to do, and they bringing home bad progress reports, and you give them that slap to the back of the head real quick, and all of a sudden the light just turned on. They the smartest kid in the room now.
That's what happened, dog.
That's pretty much what happened. I mean, when people came out and was not accepting what was going on, like, you know, from the quarterback to the Gaddis and Ponce relationship, you know, it was like, nah, man, you ain't about to come in here and you know, and what I liked, even though it was it could feel like an attack. What I like with our fan base is that we really broke that thing down. Like, first it was like Gaddis this, Gaddis that. He should, you know what I'm saying? You know, go to Georgia, go take the Georgia Tech job, right?
Right.
And then we started to look at film. And we was like, wait a minute, how come the feet ain't working for the quarterback? How come he ain't reading stuff? How come? All right, you want explosive plays, but all the plays was downfield. They was all explosive if you actually execute. we start looking at this thing and we're like, wait a minute, man. And so I do think the one thing I'll say is this. Oh, we talked about staring down receivers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we got on Pons. Hey, what is Pons doing? I mean, you spend all Monday through Friday with the QBs. You supposed to be running them through drills. What are you doing? Are you teaching fundamentals?
Right.
So from all that chatter, that was that slap in the back of the head. You started to get some changes. You know?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not even sure if it's working now. I know we're putting up a lot of empty calories. It's moving. The ball is moving. It looks like the engine is getting warmed up. I get sick of people saying, "Man, nah, TVD ain't got no receivers." Man,
Right.
who
And I
does
like that word
Syracuse
you
have?
use, empty calories. That's a word I would have used.
Syracuse got a guy that Miami didn't recruit that was right down the street, 2 touchdowns last week.
I'm telling you.
A run that
I'm
gets
telling you. And ain't he like he looked like he's 6'4", 6'5". How tall is he?
He big like his dad. He's big like his dad. Yeah, but so when people say that stuff like man, but nah, bro, it's different. They don't got no they don't have any they don't have any no receivers, man. The boys out there can't, man, what? Who does Wake Forest have?
Right.
Florida State went to the transfer portal. Like, who does Duke have? I just saw Duke go toe to toe with the same team and have them beat that we was down 17-0 or something too.
Right.
Who Duke got that wide receiver? They coming in here this weekend. We're gonna put the 8K camera on Duke wide receivers.
Right.
Saturday. we're gonna find out who Duke throw the ball to. Okay. Mm-hmm. That excuse, man. I've had it with that excuse, dog.
And I tell you what, Duke might have one guy at wide receiver that's better than every guy we got, but collectively, we're more talented than most of the people we play
across the board,
with the exception of A&M and Clemson. I mean, we could go toe to toe with anybody's talent.
Yeah, across the board, bro. It's like, yeah, no, they can't really match up with across the board. Like, okay, for their one good guy, then we just go across the board 1 through 3, 1 through 4, 1 through 5. It's not. I'm not buying it, bro. I'm not. Yeah, right. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Yeah, you can't sell it to me. I ain't sender. What is it? Return the sender. Whatever the hell this is.
Somebody in the chat said if we had a Rondé Gatson, TVD would feed him 300 yards a game alone. He's good. Yeah.
Listen, but the funny thing is, we might have him. Like, we don't, like your boy Horton. Horton was somebody who looked really good in practice. He did. He looked really good in practice, and he'll get a chance if TVD put him on the good chance list. Or whatever the name of the list is that TVD got, and he'll get a chance.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of pass catchers for our tight ends, Arroyo is out. He's out. And then so we got Skinner and Mallory. Is he going to be back for this upcoming game?
I think they say Mallory's fine. I didn't hear much about Skinner. I think he says Mallory's fine, but he had to go through some protocol or something like that.
Okay. So he had a concussion?
I think so, yeah.
Oh.
That's getting weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think he had a concussion. So yeah, I think we get George back.
Okay.
Yeah, so that should be that should be good. We get George back.
But George, did he broke his wrist or what was his injury?
His thumb? I think it was his thumb. I think they say, bro. I don't
Wow,
think it was his
he came back
wrist.
pretty
Yeah, I think it was
came
his
back pretty
thumb or something
soon.
like that. Man, but I don't trust. Yeah, dog. I don't.
I
I don't
know,
really like whatever they say is what they say, bro. Just
right?
think about it. I mean, people can't go see. They don't want you to see. So whatever they say is what they say. Is like it is what it is. You're right. That is kind of fast.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, I mean, you make your living by catching the ball. You need your hands. So if you
Yeah,
got a
it's
hand
not like
injury
it.
and you are
Right. It's not like it's just non-catching hand. Like you know what I'm saying?
right,
Like no, you catch both hands. It's not as non-catching hand. However you
right.
want to put that.
So what about the running backs?
I think he
So
said Paris. Paris is good. I think he said Paris is good. Um, I just think, man. I mean, I do this all day long, man. I fish for information. We have people call us. There's a lot going on back at UM, bro. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on, and even more than we talk about in the member group me for the villains, though. It's just a lot going on. Some of it can be confirmed, some of it can't be confirmed, and I just think it's normal stuff. To be honest with you, I think
mhm.
it's hey, hey, there's a new regime in here. Some people gonna get on. Some people gonna get on with it. Some people not gonna get on with it. Um, yeah, bro. I just think that's just is what it is.
It's all good. It's all good.
Is it?
Well, I say that because in my mind I'm thinking about Tennessee, beating Alabama. And remember last year, you would have never predicted that they would have done something like that. So you're gonna get guys in that are all about your regime. So that's happening. That's gonna happen. We got another off season of growth to go through. So
Uh huh.
um we're gonna see more guys that hit the transfer portal. We're gonna get more guys from the transfer portal as well as young guys coming in. So, it really is what it is. And you just gotta do you. Like you could literally change the whole complexity of your team with the transfer portal. Like for real, for real. It's real stuff. And of course, we are in the most fertile recruiting ground in the nation. So,
Mm-hmm. Right.
we were joking in the group me talking about we like what Dion is doing over at Jackson State, but please let him stay away from South Florida
Right.
with recruiting.
Right.
You know, I mean, it is what it
Yeah.
is.
Now, eh, with the Dion thing, I was talking to somebody about that. You think if Dion pick up if Dion actually get a Power Five school, they give him the same, like he have free reign to do whatever he want to do.
No,
They gonna
and
get him over
I
there. Gonna be
quickly
like,
said no.
uh
I
huh.
quickly said no because there's certain things that are not gonna fly, and certain
Right.
things are, at any Power Five, PWI,
Uh huh.
that it's just gonna be real. Like when you enter those situations, you almost have to get your money up front, right? In real estate investing, they say you make your money when you buy the house, not when you sell the house.
Right.
So you gotta put stuff in the contract that's going to help you make the impact that you're going to make, or the impact is not going to be made. I mean, Mario did it here at UM, with everything going
Mm-hmm.
on with the facilities and getting the right coaches in place and the AD and so on and so forth. So,
Right.
you got to get your bread up front.
So you think they get him in there, they give him his money, they make him happy, and then it's like, all right, now.
Yeah. Yes.
almost like, whoo, that was a close one. Sit down, boy.
Yeah.
We're gonna do this thing. We're gonna do this thing. We're gonna do this thing like, whoo, daddy got him out of there. You almost started him. Almost uprising over there in old Mississippi.
Yeah.
Sit down, boy.
Absolutely.
Put on this old Auburn hat. Well, what? You don't, no, man. We got our own good old boy camera. No, we got our own camera network. You don't got to worry about none of that. You just X's and O's and go get Jimmy's and Joe's. All right.
That's it. That's it.
It just
Yeah. Who's Barstool Sports? You ain't swag.
Listen, Deion Sanders, right? KB, you ready?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, Deion Sanders. I'm watching this team. They played this weekend. They were in Daytona. I was like, hey, baby, we could have drove to Daytona and watched Jackson State play. Just think about that part right there I just said. But they wasn't in Daytona. They were in, I think, Jacksonville, playing in Jacksonville Stadium.
I'm telling you.
If
Big time.
time keeps going, doing what he's doing, right? Y'all listen to me now. I'm going to tell you how marketing works. They may not be the number one team in the nation, but they may be goddamn and one mixtape, the biggest show in the nation.
Look at Dallas Cowboys.
And they may be the biggest draw. They may end up being the biggest draw in the nation to where it's like Jackson State coming to town. Y'all want to come see it. Because I remember and one mixtape when they started that. And they would come to your city and sell out a nice size stadium. Right.
Yeah.
There's something about marketing, though, and allowing people to see the greatness that's going on and not just doing it through wins and losses. They may become a draw where people are saying, let's go see Jackson State play. If that happens, because he's giving these kids so much value other than, boy, if you make it through this gauntlet, you might have a chance to go to the NFL like Jared Drew.
Right. Yeah.
He like, Travis Hunter, come over here. We just going to put cameras on you and let you play 6 games a year. And we going to nurse you to the NFL. They may become a draw, like a show of its own, like the circus, like the Grove Charters. Am I making sense?
Yes.
I don't think they want that, though. Like Oregon created its own. Like Oregon kind of did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that reference. I like that analogy, looking at Oregon and what they did, because you're absolutely right about that. They created their own lane.
Yeah. 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 When I sat down and talked to Big Man, to Cristobal, he was like, yeah, basically I used to have to not trick, but yeah, it was hard to get kids to come to. I had to create the playground like McDonald's outside. You know what I'm saying? I had to tell them, listen, you're going to be here for 3 years. This was the pitch. You're going to be here for 3 years. We got everything you need. Nike bed sheets, Nike beds, Nike bed slippers, Nike poking bean. Got anything you want here. You're going to be in Nike heaven.
Mm-hmm.
But you only got to live here for 3 years. We're going to take care of you and give you opportunity, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? That was the pitch.
Right.
And kids to today are saying, man, I would like to go to Oregon because of what they saw 6 years ago or 8 years ago. Marketing.
That's branding.
Marketing, branding. If Deion keep at it, and I don't know why these coaches ain't these taking notes, man. If I'd be taking notes. Because I know people thinking that he can only do that because he's Deion. Well, I mean, he's not the only coach with a personality. You know what I'm saying? He's not the only coach with. He's just bold enough. He believes in what he believes in. KB,
right?
You want to say something to that, Rich?
No, I was about to say, look at Grambling. Now that Hugh Jackson is down there, you see Grambling on the television every now and then. You got to put them on there.
Somebody said, is that just amongst the culture, though? I think it becomes. I don't think so. I think I think it could become a draw. Like, ooh, I saw Jackson State when Dion was there. If he get it to the point where he got maybe 10 5-stars of, you know what I'm saying, and they beating people 90-0.
Right.
I believe it could become like the show, like a greatest show on turf. Its own little thing. KB. Cal, you there?
Yeah, you get me, bro?
So listen, yeah, I hear you now. Listen, Coach Gaddis, right? We've seen in 6 games, man. We've seen different stuff, and he swears the same offense, right?
Yeah, he lined his ass off.
What dog? Now, after all the scrutiny, then the TVD's playing better, TVD on fire. Where are we now in offense, dog? Where you think we at with Gaddis in offense and the maturation of it and the involvement of it?
Like I said the other day after that UNC loss, it's coming. It's coming along. I don't know if we'll reach our peak this year, but it's coming along. All this stuff is man, you have to lay the groundwork, man. You know, it's like when you put down concrete, the shit still gotta dry. You can't just put it down and then start throwing the wood and everything else on it. So it's coming. The problem is gonna be um I like the fact that the staff is willing to make changes. Gaddis is willing to make
Mm-hmm.
changes, like I said that before. And even Mario had to allow him to make them changes. Like, look, we came out, threw the ball 50 something times against UNC, complained about it, then went to Virginia Tech and then had to do almost the same thing. But the coaches
Right.
allowed it because we still got to make wins. So I'm cool with that. And it seems like they're gonna be able to adjust. Now the problem is when he wants to get back to his offense fully. Like we're probably still in the same like base. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we're spreading a little bit further. You know what I'm saying? It's probably the same base and same basic concepts, but there's no way it's the same exact thing. And it's just that, oh, he's connecting now. No, ain't no way in hell. That's not what's going on. And most people you can see it. You can see it when they do the reviews. You can compare the alignments and everything else. So no. It's probably the same kind of the same concept and the same base, but no, things are definitely different. It's coming, it's evolving, but the players got to evolve with it, and I think that's where we stuck in the mud yet because we right now we don't have a damn run game like at all. It went to zero just that fast, so we kind of stuck in the mud right there. So, but I think they're gonna the same way they did. I'm gonna say quote unquote fix the passing game. I got faith they'll fix the running game because that's what they want the most. So when does it all come together? I'm not sure, but I think it's coming.
So let me
Yeah.
ask you, Kyle. Let me ask you, Kyle. What did you think changed in the passing game?
Um, I think the concepts really did change. How fast we get the looks. Um, I'm not gonna say the blocking concepts, but maybe it did. Maybe that's why we can't run anymore because he's the one who talked about out of those same, passing formations. You can't really run out of those. And it's like all of a sudden now we can't run out of those now that we're opening up the book. So, maybe those go hand in hand. Um, but the looks are different. They're spread out a little bit more, a lot less bunch sets where everything is in tight and everything is in close, and we look like we're playing Big Ten football. Nah, we got rid of that. There's a lot more space and there's a lot more speed. And we're trying to run tempo. Like I know what TVD said, but you don't have to complete a 20-yard pass to run tempo. You really don't. Um, you'd like for that continuity to run tempo, but no, you can get up there and you can hike the ball, and it doesn't have to be like super fast. Just do it with some urgency, which we weren't doing in the first 3 games, 4 games. Now we're seeing
Mm-hmm.
tempo, so he there's no way he can sit there and say it's all the same thing. That's no, there's no way.
You ain't buying
Well,
it up.
I would have to say, just as you mentioned, for me, I think some of the because I saw Gaddis do this. So when Gaddis, I guess, was promoting his offensive playbook or play calling, one of the things that he did was he always kept the formations kind of the same, but ran different things out of them. Like You that way the defense think you're doing one thing, but you're really doing something else. And now that it's more of a he's running the same bases, but of course the routes are different that he's running. I would agree with you in terms of the fact that the routes are different. I do think that he's running them out of the same concepts, if you will. But with that being said, I do want to ask, do we think that some of the young guys were not getting on the field because they weren't great blockers, some of the young receivers, but now that we're passing the ball more, it kind of opens it up where you can get more guys on the field because they don't have to focus on blocking?
No, because I don't think I don't think that's what's going on, because those same guys that were playing earlier, they're still playing. Young came in. I mean, if you're referring to Young, he came in out of necessity for that big body for somebody to throw the ball. So I don't think that had anything to do with his blocking, which I'm hoping his blocking probably should be an upgrade because he's such a big body. They were already working Frank in. You know what I'm saying? So there's nobody else, like, unless we start to see, unless you mean Horton, but that's not enough, like, exposure to say that he's being really worked in. So I don't think that's what's going on. And I don't think anything was really wrong with the receivers to begin with, to be honest with you. Like Shooter was saying, that we ain't got receivers, they running that bullshit. Bullshit. I just don't think anything was clear. I don't think anything was clicking, mainly TVD. So like Romello been out there since game one. He just don't get the damn ball. And he hasn't lost snaps. So if he was doing something wrong, he wouldn't be on the field. He'd be losing snaps. Same thing with Bashard. If he was doing a whole lot of things wrong, he wouldn't be on the field. But these guys, these are the same guys that's been on the field.
Okay.
Yeah, that Romello thing is weird. Like he was there. He was always on the field. You know what I'm saying? He just don't. He running bad routes, and that means he running bad routes in practice. They say he was the only one practicing at every position. It goes back
Some
to
weird
my
shit
theory.
going on, man.
X said it, man. X said, man, that man ain't throwing the ball. And nobody who come in the hole don't raise their voice. Yeah, man. I don't know. Are they telling him to throw the ball too? When he say check with me, right? When he come to the line and he say check with me, right? What he checking for?
Who says that? TVD?
When he come to the line and he clap, right? And they try to get the defense to see what the defense is, and then he look to the side, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are you looking for?
He just wanted to see what the formation they was in, see where he want to go with the ball, and he know he's not going with Melo when he do that.
When he look to the sideline, what is the sideline telling him?
Anybody but Melo?
Yeah, maybe anybody but Melo. No. Nah, he's just sizing up the defense, man, looking at the formations and all that good shit, man.
He said the adjustment from Gaddis. But Gaddis not on the sideline.
Right. So no, I don't think we don't get calls that way. I think the call is the call. He may have some check downs and some things he can check in and out of, but I don't think that's what it is.
So when he slap his hands, right? Not like high school, he don't look to the sideline and they give him a call. When he slap his hands, he usually just look over the defense and snap the ball.
Yeah, I believe so. He looks, checks with his receivers. He may, call all right, hey, you do a 2, do a 4, whatever. But I don't think he's good looking to the sideline for plays. I don't think. Now I could be wrong. I haven't really tried to see that, listen, but I don't think so.
We're gonna find out. Man, chill out. 1 second. 5, 3, 2 minutes. We're gonna find out in the comment section. They finna set us straight right now.
I know they will. They'll let us know. But that would be, that would be. Well, like you say, Streeter, that's a weird thing because Gaddis ain't down there.
There we
so
go.
It's like
you could call him. You could call him down to the sideline.
They are getting signals.
You could,
Gaddis calls it down to the. Well, you think that technology is moving that fast? Whoa! So Gaddis is up top, right? Gaddis, listen, that's it. Gaddis see the play. TVD comes to the line, he checks, and Gaddis says in the ear, What is he saying? Is he saying run the play, or is he saying Kobe Young? What he saying?
Come on now.
What he saying? Look at what he's saying.
It could be because he could be talking in the headset to Ponce, and Ponce
So
could be throwing signals. It
Kyle
could
is
be
our
that.
offensive expert, right? You think it's going that because I think the backup quarterbacks have on headphones too. You think?
They do.
And I
Yeah.
think they both sit there and they both play with the dang on pictures and stuff. But you think it's going? Boy, that comment section moving. I'm sure the answer is in the comment section, dog. Let me see. Here we go. Quarterback on the sideline has on the headset. It's an adjustment from what defense showed. He looks to the side for a check with me. Right. He looks for a check with me. They're always talking in the headset. TVD needs the ability to check down on whether blah blah blah. They have earpieces in the helmets now. You think college got earpieces in the helmet?
Yeah, they do.
Mm-hmm.
Why you think they got headset street? If that's the case, you don't think Gaddis called plays? So Gaddis seeing it from the top, right? TVD comes to the line. God damn, I guess that's just a radio, huh? And TVD comes to the line, he slaps his hand inside to see what the defense is in. And Gaddis says, Mallory. Or he calls a play.
Mm-hmm.
He probably calls a play, like just out of like Rich is saying, just out of that same formation. We don't necessarily get out of the formation. We just decide where we're gonna go over. So we're gonna give you the same look but a different play. So that could be it. Like I said, I don't know if he does that all the time though. But like you say, they know.
Nah.
You're right. They know. Them dudes in the conversation, they know.
No, they know. Gaddis calling adjustments based on the defense. Gaddis see the cover. Gaddis tells the sideline to change the play. The sideline tells TVD the new call. Damn, that's a lot. Man, that's a lot going on.
Mm-hmm. It is. You got 25 seconds to get it right.
I think that's TBD. I think somebody said, I think that's the TBD. This is what you're saying, Ken. I think that's a TBD thing, him predetermining who wants to throw to. Well, I'm putting this comment back in the comment section. Because he predetermined throwing the ball to the same people. Like, it's no science in it. You know what I'm saying? Third and 8. We going to Kobe Young. Triple cover, double cover, it don't matter. Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
So Street trying to say, how hard could this be? He go throw it to the same person.
Oh, because I go all the way back to Rambo. Now, listen, TVD, whatever. Listen, okay. If I can say Lamar Jackson is talented, right, and his art, nobody gives him credit for. Okay, so TVD is talented. However, he sees quarterback, right, it's working for him at a Power 5 school. Whatever that works in his mind, however it works, it's working for him. It works for him. It's not perfect, but it's working for him. He forced the ball to Rambo. He did.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of contested catches. So when I say that, like, it's no different that he was going to force it to Restrepo. Then he got confused, and we just happened to be playing Texas A&M. Texas A&M would have came 2 games later. We probably beat their ass 20-6 because he could find somebody else to force the ball
we played.
to. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, the way we played, we could have. But we didn't. Why we didn't notice the whole Rambo thing last year? Maybe some guys did or whatever. But why we didn't really notice it is because we didn't care because everybody else was dropping the ball. We didn't want the ball going nowhere else. But now it's kind of like when you think about it, like who the hell did we want the ball going to last year? You know what I'm saying? Besides some of the freshmen or whatever. But that's not an ideal thing. So Harley regressed from his junior season that he had. He started going back to dropping, and we saw Wiggins the first couple of games, and it was just like, okay, fuck it, just throw the Rambo, we good. And I don't think we really paid attention to it, but now it's kind of obvious.
You said that's kind of obvious.
It's painfully obvious.
I mean, Rambo was good for us, but I mean, the league is he on a roster in the league?
I think he's on Minnesota. I think they say maybe a practice squad or something.
I don't know.
Yeah, they say he's on somebody's practice squad.
It's just interesting, when you have a guy who has over 1,000 receiving yards, and it and then you look at Braxton Berrios, for instance, and I think he's a starter now. It's just like, wow.
Starter.
Berrios didn't have half the yards he had.
Balling.
Yeah.
This man balling. This man balling. Starter. This man is balling. Let me read some of these comments. Every college does it, Edward. Why do RPOs with a slow-footed quarterback? Defenses know TVD can't run.
Well, he does. I understand what he's saying when he say that, but he does well with the RPO. Like, there's no denying that he does really well. Like when we did that shit with Kaya, it was fucking stupid. It made no sense. It was useless. It was stupid. But TVD, it works. Shit. Maybe it's the offense. Probably the offense itself. TVD got quicker reads. You know what I'm saying? Rick had it wasn't an old school offense, but it was kind of more like what Mario wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? And Rick needed his quarterbacks to be running threats. That's what he wanted them to be, running threats. You know what I'm saying? What last year, TVD didn't have to be a running threat. It was just a matter of, I'm gonna kill you with my arm if you play the run. But if you play my arm, I could just get a ball off to my guy. You know what I'm saying? With Kaya and Rick's offense, it wasn't like that. It was just that Rick offense wanted his quarterback to be a running threat because he really wanted to run the fucking ball. So yeah, I understand the concept, but no, it actually works for TVD exceptionally well.
Yeah. So I think Rick wanted to control the game. Like, he wanted his offense to really, like you said, what Mario wants with the trenches. He wanted to control, the number of snaps, because Mark Rick offense was like a 55 play offense per game, whereas now, we're running 80 plays. Lastly, we ran 80 to 90 plays, and that the RPO, the ball comes out of your hand quickly because you just make your decision and you live with it. Whereas Kaya was one of those dudes that we talk about where, he been getting, coaching since he was a little kid on all the footwork and making every throwing to the sideline, throwing guys open, so on and so forth. So his skill set was just way different than a guy who Kaya was a pro style quarterback. Let's put it that way. So.
Right. It doesn't. It's a different thing. I think Rich just explained it extremely well. It wasn't about control. With TVD with that RPO, he was gonna light your ass up if you make the wrong decision. Rick was trying to control the clock, but you saw when De'Aaron King ran the RPO, he wasn't good at it. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about necessarily a running quarterback. You know what I'm saying? That would be that's the ideal part of it. But remember, De'Aaron King he was not good at the RPO. It took him a long time to get used to that shit. And it kind of like King would be good in this offense that Gaddis was trying to run earlier in the season.
Right.
He wasn't. Yeah, he's not an RPO guy.
Wow. You know what I just thought about when you said that? So Lashley did the same thing to De'Aaron King that we kind of did to TVD, right? Like, hey man, this is our offense. Learn it. And he kind of struggled with it.
But wait a minute.
I'm waiting.
De'Aaron King still did very well with Lashley's offense.
He did. He did. He didn't struggle. Okay, so he didn't struggle like throwing the ball until the last year when he was hurt. He threw the ball well. He couldn't. Yeah, he couldn't do the deep. His deep balls weren't connecting when he first got here. But he carried us with that offense, and it didn't even fit him perfectly. But he definitely carried us. A lot of it was him, just running on his own. The RPO really didn't get the clicking. He did well, but the offense didn't fit him. But in Lashley's credit, I think Lashley knew, hey, bro, you give this time, you get this RPO, you're gonna be much more dangerous. And you saw it towards the end of the season, he finally started keeping some of those RPOs, and it got more effective. So I think if he never got hurt and he gets to continue on, you would have saw a better version of King.
Trav said, listen, don't bet Miami to cover them 9 this week. Tell me we not a 9-point favorite this week.
Yeah, we like 8.5-point favorite.
What?
Yeah.
Anybody make sense?
I'm with
The
it,
week is early.
Hey, look, I don't go against Vegas. I'm with it. Let's do it.
That's high, dog. That means so they know something. They know something. Somebody hurt for Duke or something.
Mm-hmm.
Something that's high. We are 8-point favorite. You said you with it, Cal?
Yeah.
I'm with it. Not for any logical rhyme or reason, but just because it's Vegas. I can't.
Vegas always putting a battery in our back.
Yeah, they
Vegas
are.
always
But that's
putting
my
a
team,
battery
so
in our
I'm
back.
a roll.
Wow. Let me go look at this, man. I gotta go look at this. 8. They gave us the 8 points. And somebody, all y'all was in the group me, the member villain group me talking about, man, Duke finna kick ass. Man, when they were playing with North Carolina, man, Duke finna come down here. Matchup prediction: Miami 75%. I'm gonna let y'all look at this, man. What is going on, man?
Check this out. Somebody said in the comment, GG says, if King doesn't get hurt, TVD never sees the field last year. Just saying.
If King doesn't get hurt, TVD never sees the field.
I agree with that. He just besides like backup and blowout duty. I mean, it's not like King was trash. Like he was a solid starter, but he was hurt. Like I think I'm guessing this person means hurt. Period. Like because once he went down and TVD stepped in, I don't think you could have. Well, actually, yeah, you could have after because the first 3 games weren't shit. He didn't light it up, so.
I just asked my betting guy. My betting guy now, it ain't just a bookie at the hood store. My betting guy has a whole company, made millions off of giving bet picks. You know what I'm saying? He was the sponsor with Texas A&M. How is Miami a negative? How is Miami 8-point favorite? Y'all getting premium stuff here, bro. Premium stuff, dog. How is Miami an 8-point favorite? Because Duke sucks.
I mean, can you really say they suck?
That's what he said. And they're expecting Miami to put together a full game. I think that first half was I think the second half of North Carolina was kind of who we are. I think the first half of Virginia Tech, we was on our way. Like I told you, Steele sits down and talks to us off the record all the time. And something came up. Like you take away those 6 plays. Like you can't take nothing away, but you take away the 6 plays on the defense, dog, and we got a top 15, top 10 defense probably. If you take away those 6 plays, so the defense stands
6 mistakes. 6 mistakes. Don't even call it 6 plays. 6 stupid ass mistakes.
Mm-hmm. And the defense the defense is playing lights out. The DVD. I was supposed to look big. The Ivy pass interference call right on the sideline. The Ivy pass interference call where they call it pass interference on Ivy. I know y'all know what I'm talking about, right? It was like, man, what just happened?
Yeah.
Right.
It was like that's textbook cornerback play, bro. Like we could put that on the cornerback, how to be a cornerback DVD and sell it. And they call pass interference. I'm not sure what happened there, though. Not sure. But basically said, they're expecting Miami to put together a whole game. Duke coming off a close loss. 8 points, dog. Wow. So let's look at this a little bit, man. total yards. We averaging 465. They averaging 430, 434. 321 passing. 143 rushing for us. They kind of balanced. They 228 and 205.
Mm-hmm.
Who has Duke beat? Where
Didn't they
Medi at?
beat
We need Medi
Kansas?
here. We need Medi in here. Why do we think Duke was good? Let me see. They beat, okay, so Duke has beat Temple, 30 zip. They beat Northwestern.
Which is typically one of those feisty teams. They're pretty decent.
Northwestern is 1-5.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
I retract
See,
my statement.
I think Duke has been good for Duke because usually by this time they would have been the only one game. So maybe that's what everybody's looking at.
Yeah.
Right.
Temple. They beat Temple. They beat North Carolina A&T. We're not going to look at their record. They lost to Kansas. They beat Virginia 38-17.
I think Virginia has Virginia won a game.
Virginia is 2-4. They beat Richmond and they beat Old Dominion in a shootout.
Shit. Is what?
Hold up now.
What's his name still over there?
Who?
The corner. Shit. What's the corner that we wanted?
At Virginia?
Is he at Virginia or West Virginia?
Spells had a pick 6 last week, West Virginia.
Ooh, okay.
Right. They lost to Georgia Tech in overtime.
One of our running backs went to Virginia
in a rivalry game.
Remember Cody went to Virginia?
Oh, he did, huh? So that's probably part of the problem. Like who they've played. Oh yeah, who the fuck we played?
That's a good question too. Well, let's put it this way: the competition that we played that was good was pretty good competition, and we played them pretty well. So I guess that's the pat on the back we can give ourselves. But yeah, we ain't beat nobody either.
So Ballhead did mention that Duke and North Carolina are rivals in the same state, just like us in Florida State. He's right about that. Yeah,
they're rivals. That's what I just said. I just said they lost a rival game. Carolina for. It's a basketball rivalry. They really
right. That's what I was gonna say. Like that shit don't count, man. Like,
listen, Cal. I lived in North Carolina, right? It's serious. It is serious. It's serious, and it could be badminton. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you, but
I used to be putting up the Pepsis in the store, and people would walk by. Who you got tonight? Carolina Duke. It's just a thing. It is a real thing there. But don't be comparing it to Florida State, Miami. Yeah, that's kind of disrespectful. Not in football.
Right.
You're right. Cody Brown had two carries last week for them. See, Cody Brown undid this year.
Damn, she might well have stayed here.
That was the only 2 carries he had this year. Shit. 2 attempts.
He fucked up.
Cody.
Man,
he would have been in the game, huh?
Yeah, we would have been starting. Or he could have had them 2 carries. He could have had them 2 carries for Tennessee still. Shit.
He said he would have been starting.
Or he could have still been at Tennessee, and he had 2 bad transfers.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. He could have been floating on the river last weekend.
I don't know, dog. 8 points is a lot, dog. They know something. And Miami has been simmering, man. That first half at Virginia Tech, I thought we were about to blow them out. Hayes called me like, look, Drake, what's going on, man? Boy, I told you, boy, I called it, but 40-6. Because we had all picked the score before the game. And then we didn't score.
Virginia Tech,
3 points
40-6?
Yeah,
and we should. Virginia Tech is a bad team.
I predicted 21-7. No, they're bad. They're bad. I think I predicted 21-7. Their quarterback came in with 3 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. They're bad.
And to be honest with you, penalties is what kind of. I mean, we got to fault ourselves on a lot of things. Like I think we lost aggression, play calling wise.
Uh-huh.
But penalties made that game get to where it got to. To be honest with you, a ridiculously reckless amount of penalties got us there because we was on our way either to a blowout or a shutout, whichever one you want. And stupid shit just started happening. Our fault, but you know.
Yep.
from our local
Snapping the
Miami
ball.
Hall of Famer. Miami college coach is not innovative enough to see potential from younger and experienced coaches. It's the whole school way of doing things. Ken Dorsey was a quarterback coach with Cam Newton in Carolina during his Super Bowl run, but he was sitting at FIU for 2 to 3 years as UM hired older head coaches or coaches they liked. Didn't even touch Ken. He was right there at FIU.
Man, forget FIU. Hey, forget FIU. Ken was at North Carolina coaching high school. In between that, I believe it was in between the stint with Cam, in between the stint with Cam and FIU. I believe he had went back to high school, coaching in high school. And if you're a football program, a school that likes football, whatever, you would have called Ken Dorsey the day he stopped playing in the NFL, even just to come and be some kind of assistant, some kind of anything. You would have put that boy in the program, and that's not me saying that in hindsight. I don't think there's a person out here who didn't say when he left here, like, "Boy, that boy gonna be a good coach one day."
Everybody said, and you know what? That's what I was talking about earlier about like Clemson. That's what Clemson does. They look at what they're doing. What's his name? C.J. Spiller. They brought him back. I mean, I don't think he ever coached anybody until they brought him back. So they put you through that program and they let you get to learn the ropes. We have to build that same type of continuity if Miami's going to have any type of sustainability with winning. So we got to change the way we look at that type of stuff. And Dorsey's not coming back. Like, we could try to throw the bag at him, but why? I mean, the Carolina Panthers job is open now.
Oh shit! I didn't even think about that. Damn, you right.
Yeah,
and that's what the whole conversation was about. That's where he headed. So, breaking news: Mr. Kamani McClain has October 27th commitment day. Go ahead.
I was about to say, and we all know they ain't about to hire Eric Bieniemy, so there you go.
Yeah. Prodigal son has returned.
Yep.
The prodigal son.
Well, he should have been our prodigal son, but fucking we finally get football people in football places.
But right. So those people that were running the program was the same reason I was saying keep Manny Diaz. And that part has changed. And that's the part I think people should be excited about when it comes to UM. Is it perfect right now? No, I don't think it's perfect. I think they figured it out. I think Mario has some growing to do as a head coach. But I think we have the right type of people for the next 5 or 6 years running this thing. And I think we have a better chance to figure it out. I think we have a better chance to figure it out with the people we have running it.
Now check it out. Chris Young asked, "Who is Kamani McClain's top schools? Did they list them?"
They're not on there.
I'm guessing it's still probably still the same three in Miami, right? I mean, not that we're gonna get them, but I'm just saying that was just 3, right? Yeah.
I think they own there. UKey Theater funded at RP Funding Center starts at 6 p.m. Number 1 DB in the country overall. RSVP at moneyman7.com. Okay.
So where's he gonna do it? You got to get an RSVP. Was that an email they sent to you?
The RP Funding Center starts at 6 p.m.
Let's see if they're gonna let Polkway in.
That's in Lakeland.
If they let him in, we got a chance.
God damn it.
If you see Kamani with some boiled peanuts, we got a chance.
I'll tell you.
Why they didn't link? Dang, why they didn't link the? We tried. Why they didn't link the website in the right there in the thing? So you can just click the website. Let's see. Maybe it's at his. And see, he got a website. This shit is just linked it right in the thing. But I think it's Alabama, Florida, and I think it's Miami. I think it's Alabama, Florida, Miami.
And I'm sure it's probably out of those top two. You think that's the order for those top two, Streeter?
I think it's Florida, Alabama, maybe Miami.
Yeah.
That's what I believe. That's what I believe. So I see we trying. He got his own website. That's a cool way to do it. If you want to RSVP, come check out my website. So all the media know he got a website. Should release all this shit through his website. We're gonna get it together, dog. We're gonna get it together. It's all gonna come together one day. Figure out what we're trying to do. Who's the best cornerback we've gotten in the last 5 years?
Oh, 5. So we going back. Hey man, go ahead, bro. Go ahead and log out. What's that start? That's starting what? 17? Starting at 17?
Yeah, you told that boy to log out.
So who was here 17? That's probably your answer right there. Who was our starting corners on that? Michael Jackson and
How was the highest rated quarterback we got?
Nah, you said 5 years. Howard went here in 17.
Nope.
Got to be
Why I feel we got a higher rated cornerback here recently? Who did we just recently get?
Wait, you looking for rating or production?
Rating.
I guess
we got.
Do we count Reed?
Huh?
Do we count Tyreek?
Nope.
Oh. Highest
Somebody say
rated.
Ivy.
Oh God.
So we haven't got any highest rated quarterbacks.
No. Hold on. What's his name? A 4-star? The boy that left. Williams? No. Williams. The Christian Williams. The one that came here with Couch. Because I think he was recruited by Bama. I think he was a 4-star. I might be wrong.
What happened to him?
He got tired of seeing Ivy and Blaze get fucking. He got tired of sitting on the bench, I personally think.
Al Blaze was a 4-star too.
So we haven't got any big time cornerbacks anytime soon. Shout out to 305 Tucci, man, that became a member. We haven't got any big time cornerbacks though.
Nah. Since between your Tracy Howard and wasn't Corn was Corn highly rated? Corn Elder?
I don't think so. I think he was.
I think he was like a 3-star.
So what about the other corner? What was his name? The other first round corner we had.
This is bad.
Artie
Burns.
We had
was a safety coming out.
Artie Burns.
He was a safety coming out of high school.
Oh damn. Well, yes, it's Tracy then.
I mean,
Chris Graves.
We have Tyree.
Chris Graves.
He's a 4-star.
It has to be Chris Graves. I mean,
but he may be the highest.
Go ahead.
He may be the highest, one of the highest rated. I don't. We haven't had any 5-star. We know that because Rumpf was slacking out on him, and both of the boys balling in the NFL. You know, I didn't think Tyson Campbell would ball. I didn't think he would ball. He was very unsure of himself in high school. And Nesta was on the other end of fucking confidence. If Tyson was over here,
Yeah.
that's who was at the front of the line. Down there somewhere. You know what I'm saying? He was very unsure of himself, dog. But he made it. He made it through Georgia. I mean, I think him and Surtain, like I think they lead. We were just talking about in the group me, right? They lead the league in something.
Mm-hmm.
Passes caught against them or something.
Them two guys is what made everybody turn on Rump. The fact that we didn't end up with either one of them. I'm not gonna blame Rump for that, but that was the situation when that shit happened.
Yeah, boy, they said
yeah.
fewest yards allowed. Campbell number 4 and Patrick Surtain number 2. Fewest yards allowed. Yeah, dog. The whole thing on that was that they was like, man, that's not Rump area. That was the weird part about that. That was Bandit.
It should have been Rump area.
Bandit had Chaminade
Right.
and Bandit had the man. I'm gonna throw up.
Yeah,
Man
that was
close to
stupid.
school, but you don't want him to recruit at the
Right.
school.
Right. Fucking stupid.
Who has Rump ever recruited anybody good?
Well, so I mean, you would know better than I do. They told us that Rump couldn't pull the trigger on who he wanted. You know, Manny said who to go get, whatever. So Rump would always, after signing day, go find a 3-star somewhere and bring him in. And the guy would usually come in and be pretty decent. So I think Rump used to catch a lot of flack that he shouldn't have got because he wasn't really recruiting. But
right.
Right.
And I think a lot of guys had that issue because when you hear, we couldn't recruit Mortimer at receiver because of some height, because there was a height rule. I mean, a lot of guys was under that same scrutiny.
Right. Listen, dog. Did we miss the boat on this? Is this one of the highest rated cornerbacks Miami recruited the last 5 years?
yeah, Kamara was pretty high, wasn't he?
We're number 15 in the nation, huh?
Yeah,
15
Kamara was
quarterback.
high.
That boy, that needs some pumpkin beans with some mashed potato, boy. That's a skinny little dude, boy. Kamari's small, boy.
So Kamari's still here, or did he transfer?
Nah, he here.
Yeah, he hurt.
He be right there in the videos.
Okay.
He be right there in the videos.
Yeah.
He be right there in HD with everybody else. He be there.
Remember, he hurt his knee his senior year. Remember, Rich?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But he be right there. He be right in the videos. He here. Him. I saw Chris Graves the other day at the campus. Him and Chris Graves. I guess they just not. I guess they're just not ready yet. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And there's no need to rush them. We got a long way to go, a long plan ahead of us, and they'll be better for it. You know what I mean? There's no need to rush these guys.
Pre-K Sabo say why Mortimer isn't at Louisville. Now, all the villains should know that because the interview, I think, is still behind. In the member section in the YouTube. We interviewed him and we interviewed the running back Capers. Why isn't Mortimer at Louisville? Really under the radar. Mortimer got arrested. Coming out of high school, think he flipped the phone or something, and the phone hit his girlfriend in the mouth, think it knocked her tooth out. Got arrested. Louisville said, "All right, man, if you come, you take these classes, take this course, and finish this anger management course or something like that, and then we'll take you in." Went to Louisville, went through the rigmarole. They still ain't take him.
So what school is he at now?
I think he's at that type of stuff they do to us, though. But that was the whole reason, and I'm gonna be real with that. That was the whole reason of us having that interview. It was kind of like, listen, bro, we can't always be humble and afraid and like, man, I hope they take me. Let's just put it out there. Let's put it out there. And let's put it out there, and you bet on yourself.
Right.
Yeah, but they really didn't want to, like, he's a kid, you know what I'm saying? He really didn't want to ruffle no feathers. I was like, I don't know if you could trust these people like that. You trusting people?
Well, he should have went to West Virginia.
Well, at that point, I don't think he had plenty options. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I forgot
he's a kid, and they told him something,
right.
and he expected them to live on their word. So
Yeah,
Exactly.
and they basically made him. And look, I know we have young folks that listen to this platform. You got to know how much leverage you got. It's really that simple. Like, you're the reason this coach is getting paid $4 million a year. So this same coach is telling you to go take some stupid behind anger management class, and then the first thing he does when you get on his practice field is he's gonna yell at you and tell you and call you everything but the son of God. But you need an anger management class.
You said, but you need what?
You know how that go though. That's all insurance. Just in case when it comes out and they be like, he did this and he did. Well, we did our due diligence. The young man worked hard. He went and he did that. That's all they covering their own ass and shit. But I guess at some point they figure, we don't really need this kid for whatever reason. Whatever. Don't tell me nothing. Just say no. Don't tell me some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right, man. And that's I think and that's the sad part. I think that's when that's their and man, mind you, he flipped from Florida State, mind you. So mind you, all the jockey and all the ass kissing had to go into him flipping from Florida State, right? And then all they had to do was him a solid and take him in. Which sometimes the football team probably wanted him, and the administration probably was like, nah. You from where? You did what? Now we told you guys no more. So maybe, you know what I'm saying? That sometimes it is like that. It's politics. But yeah, and it's reports out here now. Devon Mortimer will not join the program. I'm trying to figure out where is he now? Because 247 seems to think he's still at Louisville, and he is not.
Somebody in the comment section said he had ULM.
Yeah, ULM, Louisiana Monroe.
That's
I believe that's what that is. Yeah. But I will say this: it's a cautionary tale. Any young kids that's listening, or your fathers and stuff, man, y'all gotta understand, man. Like a lot of us don't get those second and third chances like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not telling you to be an angel, but understand where your trappings are. You know what I'm saying? When y'all messing with these little girls and stuff, man. Between the girls and your homeboys and stuff, y'all got to understand where your trappings are, and you can. Shit, man, you can have your future just
You say your trappings. What do you mean by your trappings?
Well, your trappings are what other things can bring you down that you don't see. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Oh, this is my girl, man. She might whatever, whoop, whoop, whoop. And then, and I'm not taking up for anybody that does anything wrong. I'm just giving you an example. Just like with we don't know what really happened, but just like with Tay. You know what I'm saying? When the facts come out, the facts are a little different from what's presented. You know what I'm saying? And you look at like where the hell is Troutman? I feel so bad for that young man. I don't know what happened, but I'm just saying, it's you got to make sure you around people that understand where you're going and want the best for you. So when we have whatever issues we have, we got to make sure that shit stay in house as long as you don't put your hands on no goddamn body. But let's just make sure I don't have a type of person or girl around me that's gonna put her hands on me, knowing that I can't put my hands on her. And then when she get that, I'm not saying that about his case, but I'm just saying in general, and I'm not blaming the women at all. I'm just saying like you have to know yourself. You might not be able to, bro. If you ain't stable, don't be in no relationship. Leave damn girls alone. So y'all gotta understand where your trappings are and stuff, man.
Yeah, and it's two ways you could live your life too. Something I heard. I was listening to a audio book earlier, and they were speaking facts. You could live two ways. You could fuck the world, or you could have your process. And when you play a sport like football, everything is about process, because you're gonna have to be in school for 3 years before you go to the league. that mean when you got your process, you kind of got to put blinders on. You gotta make sure that you got the right people around you. You know, maybe for those 3 years, you don't have a girlfriend. Be like, look, I'm not on that type of time where, you telling me I gotta rub your feet and we gotta watch this movie together and all that. Like
$40 on Snapchat. $40 on Snapchat. Ask your daddy for the money.
Really, it's $40 on Snapchat, dog. What my
Nah,
God.
just bullshit.
Siri, download Snapchat. Hey Siri, download Snapchat.
I just bullshit, but I'm just saying, it's alternatives, fellas. Y'all ain't gotta you can be committing to your high school sweetheart. It's okay.
So I mean, it is what it is, because you're taking on a responsibility that's never gonna change. Like a young lady is always gonna want the same things. So
See how these old 40-year-old dudes in here talking. Y'all hear these 40-year-old dudes and they forgot how pressed they was to get a little bit of booty when they was in high school. Now they talking because they done had it.
You're right. That's what we supposed to do. We telling them, hey, bro.
They forgot how pressed they was in high school and all they thought about,
Kyle gave an outlet though. He giving them game. The whole Snapchat.
I'm solutions oriented, bro. I ain't gonna just talk the talk.
Listen. Let me add some game to this. This recruiting process is like what is called when the girls come out and they go across the stage and a beauty pageant, right? It's like a beauty pageant. It's like a wee swinging contest. Everybody wants to go big and put it on Instagram. I'm going to Georgia. I'm going to Memphis. Everybody wants to put these big brands on their Instagram, right? But the bigger you go, right, the less leverage you have.
Very true.
The word is leverage. I had a mentor, man, that would talk to me about leverage and everything. The bigger you go, the less leverage you have. If you're 4-star, like let's take Thad Franklin, right? Thad Franklin has University of Miami. Thad Franklin has Pitt, and a lot of time it's like, my signing day, I want to sign to the biggest brand I can sign to. That's Gucci, Louis Vuitton. You clout chasing, right? But when you walk in the locker room, you realize you signed to Miami or you signed to Louisville. That's a different part of the recruitment. Mm-hmm. This thing is about opportunity. It's about opportunity because you're trying to get somewhere. Nobody's saying, boy, I can't wait till I go to college football because all I ever wanted to do was play for West Virginia. Nobody ever says that. So if you're trying to get somewhere, which is very hard to get to the NFL, but that is your goal, why don't you get recruited and create a situation to where it's like to an extreme? Travis Hunter. Mm-hmm. All the leverage in the world. He's not hoping that he get a chance to lift weights at Alabama weight room. He's not hoping that he get a chance that they see him amongst the other 5 stars. He has all the leverage in the world at a Jackson State to the point where he can sit down and negotiate with the quarterback. But that's an extreme. What if a Thad Franklin goes to a SMU? What if a Thad Franklin goes to Duke? Thad Franklin gets in trouble, flicks his phone at his girlfriend, knocks her tooth out. Duke might send him a lawyer. Mm-hmm. And you can insert school, insert player, but you get where I'm going with this, right? It's all about leverage, dog. It's all about knowing how good you are. Now, if you're Dalvin Cook, you can go do the same thing at Miami. Miami is send you a lawyer. They might even get a knocked off. If it's hard bad enough, they might get a put in the truck or something. But what I'm saying is it's about leverage. You have to know who you are and get on the seesaw and be able to make the seesaw move. Or you're just signing up to be a number, and it's like I hope Don Chaney and Rooster get hurt and Cody Brown transfers. And it's not pointing at that. I'm just using them as an example. But that's how we gotta look. It's a game, dog. It's business, dog. You gotta use it the way T.Y. Hilton used FIU.
Great example.
That's how you gotta look at it, especially now with the transfer portal. You better get somewhere. What I said, Cedric Irving Daddy said to him about Stanford. They won't be able to out-recruit my son over there. Right. Hey, my son grades are too high and he's too good. He comes from good genes. It's going to be hard pressed to find another Barry Sanders son to come in here and out-recruit my son. Leverage. So maybe Mortimer would have committed somewhere to where he has leverage, FIU, or just somewhere where he has more power. They would have protected him. It's just a food for thought. I know it's not going to change. I mean, but that's why I'm here. All right.
Yeah, because everybody talked about how good Mortimer was, and Miami didn't go after Mortimer when all of that was going down.
Nope. I put him to the side when I interviewed him, and I said, "Listen, bro." Because I saw the road. I saw the road. It was finna be a long road. I saw it. I say, listen. No matter what, you know what I'm saying? I told him and G7 this. G7, the kid, played for Palmetto. Like, basically, no matter what, don't quit, right? Because what they can't deny is when you're deep back to receive and that ball's coming down and what you're able to do. But you got to get to that point. You got to get there. Because once they put you deep back to receive and they give you a shot, you know what you're going to do. Mm-hmm. But, man, you're going to have to kiss some ass at this point. You may have to tap dance. You may have to goddamn Mazza,
bring somebody donuts.
You know what I'm saying?
Go get some cheesecake for somebody.
Right, because you're in a tough space. But all you try to do is get deep back to receive Devon Mortimer. Deep back to receive, whatever G7 real name is, they'll never pronounce it. And once they do that, then they can't deny that the crowd saw what they saw.
I wish G7 would have went to Jackson State. Man.
Yeah, in Arizona.
Arizona.
Yeah, that may work for him. You know what I'm saying? But he's far from home.
Yeah. He far from his culture.
Somebody said, well, why we own it? Where Tim Burns? Tim Burns was at Northwestern in the Central game last week. He's supposed to be in that UAB, but you know Tim Burns got into a little, same thing after high school. He got in a little trouble. No, it wasn't the same thing. It was a little worse. It was a little better. So we'd say the degrees was high.
Go to school early.
The same thing with Tim Burns. I mean, I think Miami left him out the dry. Y'all Hurricane fans don't never want to say it when it's real.
Oh, you heard me say that shit though. When Manny got mad at Manny got mad at Miami, talking about the way he fired him. I'm like, bro, what the fuck you talking about? You look at what you did to Temple. Look at what you did to Tim Burns. Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. Fuck out of here. I've been said that shit, man. Nah, ain't.
Right. Hey, before we get out of here, man, I pulled this up because this is Mortimer page at ULM. Did they really let him put Bugs Mortimer on his name? That's not his name. It's his nickname.
Yes, they did.
All right, man. Let's get
leverage, Street. Huh? Street. That was leverage. He could do that.
That's leverage. He on the field. He done played 2 games. You know what I'm saying? He played 2 games. He got 27 rushing yards. Look at that. 20. They played 2 games, 2 attempts. Longest one, 24 yards. He gonna set it off eventually.
He will.
Receiving, longest pass, 15 yards. He only played 2 games. He gonna set it off. They played Texas at Texas. Damn. Yeah, 1 catch for -3 yards. But no, he gonna set it up. But you're right. That's leverage. That is leverage. That's leverage. And there it is. I mean, I just hope they listen every now and then. But man, anything y'all want to add before we get out of here, bro?
Nah, it's been a great show, and I really like maybe it's a series that we should start, like a Where Are They Now series, where we look at some of those underrated kids that had to bounce around and stuff like that. I think we should do that.
No, that's a good one. I got your boy coming in here. I'm gonna get the wide receiver that played at Kansas City. He's gonna sit down with us. The one that went to South Florida and got accused of rape.
I don't know who that is. Damn.
Dingle. Remember Dingle from Kansas City? Maybe with Cam Harris. He played with Cam and Naquan. He was the big wide receiver that Kansas City had with the South Florida. Man, he got a wild story. He got a wild story to tell. He said he ready to sit down and tell it, man. He said basically he tried to sue South Florida. He said, but it's a wild, yeah. He got a wild story. Horrible story, actually horrible. Yeah.
Well, we got the platform for it, man. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get him.
Because they deserve to tell their stories, man. Unbiased.
Yeah, right. Because we always assume the worst, man. And I, because even when I saw it happen, I was like, what? Dingle come from a good home, good family. I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. Yeah, he has a wild story, man. So man, let's get up out of here, man. Appreciate y'all. All right.
But before we go,
bro.
somebody said
right.
they want the Deontay Mullins story with UM.
They want the Deontay Mullins story.
Yeah.
What story? Him sitting on the bench.
Yeah. What happened with that? Where he at?
Oh, I think he just got picked up as I think that was Immortal said he's gonna come out there and coach 7-on-7 with them. But I don't think he ever really got back into football.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think he ever really got back into football. That's a good one, though. I want the Mullins story with UM. That's a good one.
Should start a whole series, man.
All right, man. Appreciate you, bro.
All right, take it easy.
All right, man. 786-405-9499. If you want to get down with IOD Squad, just send us a text and say IOD Squad. Don't put off tomorrow something you could do today. The rest of your life could be seconds away. I'm D, and I'm out of here. If you're an IOD Squad, we about to get in there and talk some investing.